guys, how's it going? Laura with Garden Answer. Today I'm putting together another container. This is one using plants that can handle full to part sun. So the reason I really wanted to put together this container was, well, besides the fact that I love to put together arrangements, was that I have the most gorgeous canna lily. This is called Toucan Rose, and I think it's just amazing. And I think it's gonna look great as a centerpiece. So I've got 3 of those to cluster in the center and then a bunch of other stuff to put around the outside. First thing I did was put soil in my container, and this is called a Festinata urn from Crescent Garden in the color Caviar. So I've got my soil in there. I'm gonna add in a little bit of slow release fertilizer, which is something I always like to do in the beginning. So we'll put in a few tablespoons here. Work it in with your hands. All right, and then the thriller is gonna go in first. So I'm gonna choose the tallest of the 3 canna lilies. I'm gonna kind of design this with the back facing me. So this one and this one. The next 2 have buds on them, so they're about ready to bloom. So the reason why I used 3 cannas instead of just 1 was because I thought 1 looked just a little bit too lonely. And I typically like to pack my containers out because we're just enjoying these for a few months, through, first frost. We would want to, if we were gonna save the canna bulbs, we would want to lift them before first hard frost anyway. But these are all technically annuals in my area, so we're just enjoying them through the frost, and then that's it. So I don't worry so much about spacing like I would out in the landscape with perennials and shrubs and trees. So now I'm gonna start in with a few fillers and spillers. So my first one is this orange Symphony Osteospermum. Now these grow about 8 to 14 inches tall, so they'll make a really nice filler. And I don't think I got those centered. I think I need to move everything over a little bit. It looks like there's too much space on this side. Hold on, that looks a little better. So I'm just gonna tuck this one right back here. There's kind of a wonky stem. I'm just gonna pop this off. And I make sure that there's soil packed around each root ball really well. And now I'm gonna put in a Superbell's pomegranate punch, and this plant is huge. So when I was trying to decide what to put around this canna, I was kind of going back and forth whether or not to use cool colors or warm colors. And I kind of landed on a bunch of warm colors, which is kind of not typical for me. So something that's a little bit closer to red, even though this is kind of a cool red. And then I've got bright yellow and orange, but I think it's gonna be a really fun tropical looking container. And now I'm gonna add in a foliage element. This is called Sweet Caroline Light Green, and I think it will bring a nice bright pop down here, especially with the container being so dark. I don't want everything around the bottom to be dark, so I think this will be perfect. Hope this is looking good from the front. And now I'm gonna put in a Superbell's lemon slice. I think this is a really, really fun Superbell's. It's super bright, super cheerful, and I think it's gonna look really great on this side. Okay, room for 1 more, and I do plan on having this container backed up against a wall, so I'm not gonna worry about putting anything directly back here. In fact, that'll leave a little bit more room for the cannas to grow. I just kind of grabbed them and brought them back a little ways, so they're not directly in the center right now. All right, I'm gonna finish off with 1 more Superbell's pomegranate punch. So it still looks like I accidentally hit this one and made it go wonky, so I need to straighten this one up a little bit, and then I think we're good. And of course the Superbell's will start draping over, and then the Osteospermum will start growing upward. It's gonna be really pretty. So I used a total of 8 plants in this container. So 3 of them are my centerpiece. So 3 of the cannas, and then I used 2 Superbell's pomegranate punch, which they look like more plant. It looks like I used more plants than I actually did because they're so big. And then a Superbell's lemon slice, the Sweet Caroline Light Green potato vine, and the Orange Symphony Osteospermum. And I think it's a really pretty blend. I think it looks really tropical, really fun, and very summery. So like I said, this one can handle full sun to part sun. I have the slow release fertilizer in the soil, so I won't need to worry about starting to fertilize with water soluble for a few weeks. But I'll be putting this up against a wall near a doorway, and I think it's gonna be really fun. I really hope that this video helped you if you're looking for ideas on what to put in containers. Maybe you really like this kind of color combination and arrangement. Maybe it's not quite your style. We will have a lot more container arrangements coming up, but I think that this will all really do well together. They're really compatible with each other as far as light requirements and water. So I'm really excited to see this one grow on through the season. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.